Well, welcome everybody to the Rivermead Leisure Complex here in Reading. Just getting ready for NBL Division 1 action. It's the team Newcastle Knights against the home team Reading Rockets. I'm joined by my regular co-host Nick Whitfield. How you doing, mate?
Very good. Hello to everyone out there. Nice to be here. Penultimate game of the season.
Yes, interesting one. We were just having a quick chat before we came on air. So unfortunately, as of yesterday, Team Newcastle were actually relegated from NBL Division 1, but I think that sort of makes for an interesting dynamic today, Nick, because I think it goes one of two ways, right? They either kind of feel defeated, crumble, and it's an easy win for Rockets perhaps, or it goes the other way, and they play loose and they play confident, and this one gets interesting.
Yeah, Reading sitting 6th in the table, still very much playing for playoff seeding. So a lot more pressure on Reading than Newcastle going into this game, and yeah, as you mentioned, that may play into how freely the team plays.
It looks like Reading will probably get this 5th or 6th seed, and that will confine them to an away fixture, first round in the playoffs. I mean, it depends. Yeah, if they get 5th, it's probably likely Thames Valley Cavaliers, and if it's 6th, it's who they lost to tonight in Loughborough. So that will be interesting to see how it plays out. As you say, they've got everything to play for. We're here. Sorry, just seen us. We've got a camera on us today, so we'll go back to that. Newcastle with the first look is Stafford. Goes to Owen on the left. This is inside to Early. He'll go one-on-one with Carter. Looking, kicks back to Stafford. Stafford on the drive, loses the handle, and it's given the other way. Nope, stays with Newcastle. Sorry, they pointed the other way first.
Yeah,
referees.
Liked AJ poke that one out.
This is Early. First three. Rims off. Ebamwam pulls it down.
Early offence for Newcastle. This pun's never going to end, is it?
No. I didn't even pick up at first. Excellent work, though. Here we go. Chive. Academy guy out of John Badesky Academy.
Donaldson looked free back door there, not seen.
Skips to Pemberton. He'll get his first shot off. Misses. AJ, big board. Underneath, he'll kick to Chive. Finds Carter. Thought about the straightaway three. Goes hand off with Pemberton. Pemberton down the middle. Tries to drop it off to AJ Carr, and it's just off his fingertips. And it's a turnover, a Newcastle ball.
Good look from Trey. Looked, had that been successful, it would have had a nice route to the basket.
Tosin Ebamwam, the GB under 18. Go back door to Stafford, doesn't get it.
Interception from Donaldson.
Ball flying our camera position here. Donaldson just knocked out of Tosan's hands while he's actually not inbounded the ball.
Yeah,
so
a bit too keen.
Yeah. AJ Carr down on the floor. Travel called. Didn't quite see that one for AJ.
Yeah, not sure what happened to AJ on that one.
He's holding his nose and left side of his face. Just looking on our monitor that's a little bit behind and see if I can catch this one. Yeah, he's just caught a bit of a stray left hand as I'm looking on the monitor. Nothing sinister, just trying to... It was Onyekachi Ezra trying to get some separation and just caught him with the left hand. Trey cuts down the middle. Nice step across there by Laurie Owen. Cuts that one out.
Some nice backdoor looks early in this game for Reading. Haven't seen those much this season in terms of those crisp backdoor looks.
And there's AJ. Gets the mid-range going. 2-0 Rockets lead it. This is Early. Outside three. Finds Laurie Owen. Nezram gets it to go.
Yeah, confident looking stroke.
Here's Donaldson, and he's stripped by Nesrum. Will go and lay this in. Two-handed flush.
Picking up Trey full court, interesting to see.
Early look to Carter, he'll be doubled. Skips out to Pemberton, he gets a good look at this one, and it's money from Trey Pemberton. Nice patience from Danny Carter in the post. Pick and roll here. Nesrum pulls up again, back rims this one. Carter holds off early for the rebound. And it'll be advantage here with Rockets, who've got 5-on-4. AJ inside, easy finish from the good look from Trey Pemberton.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Newcastle have many people who are going to challenge shots inside, so I think Reading can be able to get some good looks.
Yeah, certainly don't have a lot of size. Certainly playing a bit of small ball already. They do have early at the 5, but this is Nesrum again. He pulls and makes it. There's another. He's playing confident and loose. This is Chive. Pick and roll with Carter. Finds AJ in the high post.
So he's going to go one-on-one.
Just turns to the right, he turns around and makes it. He's got a bag of tricks down there. And
Does like that turnaround jumper.
Yeah, really nice mid-range game. Can make a few different things. The little turnaround's one of them. Chive in for the steal on early. Took long with it in the post. And you like Chive, don't you, mate?
Yeah, I love his defence in particular. And I always like how I've seen a few teams through this season try and pressure him with the ball. Great pass from Donaldson.
AJ! One dribble and flushes it with two hands.
David Chive never gets flustered. I've seen him pressured full court multiple times this season as they, I think they see the age on the team sheet, and but yeah, never flustered by that at all.
No, he's certainly been quite mature as Nesrum again misses. Had the hot hand. Pemberton inside to AJ,
nice
mismatch.
Move.
He'll finish that one off easy. Stafford gets matched up on him.
AJ going beast mode.
Yeah, didn't take long to engage it either. Knew he had Stafford on his back and just took him inside.
Oh, nice steal from Chive. We were speaking about his defence.
Mate, right on cue. You've nailed it.
Nice hands from AJ there.
Yeah, just coming halfway through, 15-8. Rockets lead this. Feels a little bit comfortable at the moment. Not a great deal of energy to it.
Yeah, as we were talking about, Newcastle don't have a huge amount to play for in this game, so weren't sure what kind of game we were going to get.
Ali Wall into the game for Newcastle. Stafford sits down. And this is Nicola early. Twins? You didn't notice they've been subbed, did you? You didn't know?
No.
They have, though. And that's Nesrum. He's fouled. Pemberton gets his first. Hands on his head. Despair at that one. Nesrum to the line, shoots 3. Misses first. Good looking crowd here tonight, mate. Got to be a couple of hundred in the house.
Yeah, particularly impressive with the nice weather outside. It's always good to have a good crowd here when could be in the garden or doing any other of the myriad of things you can't do most of the year in the UK.
The amount of people who took to gardening today.
Yeah.
They just saw the sunshine and went for it. Anyway, this is Adrian O'Sullivan into the game. Finds AJ Carr on the trail 3. He front rims that one. Had the hot hand, bit of a heat check. Nicola, he goes inside, another big body. Puts it home. O'Sullivan ahead to Carr, trailing Carter. Hands off with Pemberton. fouls on Wall. Not sure if it was running into Carter or a foul on Pemberton. They'll go little flare screen with Pemberton. Mid-block to Carter, AJ on the cut. Danny looks him off. Goes to the pull-up instead and makes it. Drills the 15-footer. Again.
Yeah, good thing he made that after not finding that pass.
Yeah, good patience again though. Didn't like the cut. Was probably open. Didn't like it. Took his time. Balls back inside for Early, who just scored for Newcastle. Goes behind
nice
the back.
pass.
Nice pass and puts it home. It's Nicola Early with the fancy pass inside.
Like his namesake Jokic. That was Jokic-esque.
Yes. See, this is why you're good for the references, mate. You're well cultured. And it's Carr.
Nice.
Just backs the bigger body of Nicola Early down. Easy 2 again for AJ, and he's got going early.
Yeah, you see on that, they've got size, but those guys aren't going to elevate with AJ when he goes up like that. They should be able to get plenty of shots inside.
Yeah, foot speed and just the sheer skill level. AJ should be able to make some shots down there. Tosin Abamwan kicks it out. And it's Nesrum again, end of the shot clock, and he's got it going. AJ down low, goes
nice
to the spin. Trey, little lefty pass. So O'Sullivan who makes a 3. Adrian makes his first when he's in the game.
I was watching him in the warm-up and he was nailing 3 after 3. Sure looks like he's feeling it so far.
Yeah, in the last broadcast I did, I mentioned that he actually hadn't shot very well and made a couple in the 4th quarter after he didn't shoot well. And Matt Johnson said that he's a bit of an underrated shooter, can actually shoot it a bit better than maybe we'd seen, and perhaps your observation of the warm-up and that made 3 there is the truth. Early looks for 2 other academy products. Sam Grant into the game, Arinze Emeka and Yakwo also into the game for the Rockets, and they lead this on 22-16 with 2:24 to go. Early goes 2 from 2. Cuts the lead back to 4. AJ goes handoff with Adrian O'Sullivan. He'll turn the corner and flip it back out to AJ behind 3. Shoots long this time. Now just run out for a Newcastle ball. They go pick and roll. Difficult, high pick and roll. That easy for Rockets to go underneath it.
Yeah, good defense from Reading.
Yeah, unless you've got a dead-eye shooter from out there. That's Wall, pulls it from 3, and there'll be a Bamwam who chases down the rebound, goes inside, flips up to the left, doesn't get it to go. And it's a leak out from Arinze Emeka and Yakwo, and he'll go inside and finish for 2.
That's great to see. Academy product to academy product there.
Yeah, excellent look ahead from David Chive. Rockets push it to 6 again. Nezra inside, kicks out to Nicola Early. Doesn't get this one to go. Line drive, back rims it. O'Sullivan tries to flip it inside off the fingertips of Early. Out for a Rockets ball.
Reading really keen to push in transition with this lineup.
Victor Fuentes into the game for the Knights. Sam Grant behind 3. He'll take his first look. And it's Arinze inside. Somebody poked it away. I've said it on many a broadcast. That guy gets a lot of offensive rebounds for a wing. Just seems to have a good nose for the ball when he's in there. Get a look at Alan Keane. He won't be happy with that turnover. Nesram walled up by Arinze, who's a good defender. Nice up and under, great footwork.
Really veteran move there.
Yeah, really good footwork, and when you catch it, Nesram gets it to go. Carter goes handoff with Grant. He'll get to the elbow, but poked away by Early. Under 10, it's 6 on the shot clock. Chive will drive inside, just takes it all the way, and he's fouled on the way there. He'll shoot 2.
I think he'll be disappointed not to have finished that. Had quite a clear look. He's a strong player.
As we get a look at Chive and line, misses his first.
Reading up 5 after that made free throw from Chive. Newcastle turn it over as they push the ball out of bounds. Pushing to full court defence. No actual pressure in the full court defence though.
Carter with a high post catch, looking at his options, goes to Arinze, turns the corner on the catch. Nice find for Sam Grant in the corner. Short on that one.
Really nice drive and dish there from Arinze.
Yeah, and this is Nesram half court, way short. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Rockets lead this one 25-20 here at the Rivermead Leisure Complex. Good first quarter. Both teams playing fairly well, shooting it okay. So yeah, first quarter, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was interesting. It felt like Reading were far the superior team in that opening quarter, but it's only a 5-point game, and I think Nesram really kept Newcastle in that. Made, what was it, 4 threes in the end?
Yeah, he's got to. I'm going to pull up live stats at some point during this quarter so we can have a little look at the numbers. But yeah, he kept him in it. 3 or 4 threes, wasn't it? And without him, it's a bit of a difference maker.
I think that'll be a point of emphasis for Reading coming into the second is don't let that guy shoot without someone right up in his face challenging that shot.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta get on top of that guy. Quarterback underway. This is Chive, right wing. We'll look at Carter, gets a mid-post catch, excuse me. Looking towards the official on the baseline. Thought he got bumped earlier.
Not sure if that was a foul called or just out of bounds. I didn't quite spot if that was whistled. O'Sullivan for 3, no good.
And who got the offensive rebound?
Yeah.
Arinze, I told you. Boy's got a nose for the ball down there. Back into Carter, mid-post. Got a feeling he'll thought he might dial his own number. Finds Arinze. He's way off on the 3.
Yeah, had to force that one up.
Short in the shot clock. He's nearly out of bounds, and he is out of bounds. That's Victor Fuentes. Out of bounds on this near side.
Quite a satisfying name to say, Victor Fuentes.
Really is. I feel like I could speak another language. I can't, but I feel like I could when I say that name. Chive, left wing. Carter on the cross screen from O'Sullivan. Sam Grant comes off the stagger. Carter goes up and under himself and finishes at the left. One veteran move to another. Carter goes up and under for 2.
Yeah, I think Danny's realised that they are quite vulnerable inside. He's going to take that every time. Good defence from Danny there.
Absolutely. This is Nicola Early. Goes
nice
inside to
from Early.
Ali Woll. Nice high-low there as Woll went back door. Harry Zanks, let's go Sydney. Thanks for joining us. Sydney was in early. He's on the subs bench at the moment. I'm sure it won't be long before we see him again.
Another look inside for Danny.
Really good.
It's too easy for him.
Again, the real advantage for Reading and the bigs, and I say bigs loosely with AJ and Danny, they are bigs, more 4s really than 5s. But they're skilled and they're patient. gives you a lot of
Interesting
options.
to see if Newcastle adjust, whether they start doubling those looks.
They did early, actually, didn't they, on Danny, but haven't really done it since. Early misses. Sam Grant goes to the pull-up. He's missed his first 2. Make that 3. Struggling a little bit from the floor as the youngster, but showing great confidence to pull the trigger.
Liam Obo-Obi forcing that one up.
No good, and this is Carter. O'Sullivan backdoor, pulled out of it, skips inside and manages to get it to go.
Did really well to readjust that shot.
Yeah, I don't think he was actually going to follow through with the backdoor cut. Danny threw it anyway, so he had to make the adjustment. Inside, Tosan Ebawam finds Nicola early. This is O'Sullivan on the drive. That should be AM1, but doesn't get it to go. Fuentes charged with the foul.
Early for early, substitution for Newcastle.
Good, no pun, no pun. Are they twins though? It's got to be, right?
I would think so.
As I said, you didn't even notice the first substitution.
The first substitution, no, I hadn't. I hadn't spotted it.
Adrian O'Sullivan at the line. Rockets lead this one 31-24 with 7:06 to go. Back rims it.
Tanner Keane in for Reading, lining up for rebounds.
AJ Carr also back into the game. And here is some full court pressure from Reading. Just a bit of token pressure on the catch. As you say, Tanner Keane into the game now. Obi behind 3, kicks to... If Bambawama goes inside.
Nice move.
Tosan with a great move inside.
Tanner
Long
Keane.
leak from Tanner. Gets it to go. Easy from Tanner Keane. Lost in transition again for the Team Newcastle Knights.
Tosan again inside with an AM1.
Wham wham inside again.
Interesting, he looks very effective when he gets inside, but most of his possession so far has actually been by the halfway line, bringing the ball up. So it's interesting that he's utilised in that way.
I'm not sure if they've really got... Have we really seen a lead or point guard from Newcastle? Stafford
No,
early,
fair point.
but no Stafford since he went out of the game, so... Just going to leave you to it for a minute as I try and pull up live stats.
Sure, yeah. Donaldson bring the ball up for Reading. Hands off to Danny Carter at the top. Back to Donaldson. Finds Danny inside. Reading give him the space he needs, but stripped. Looks for the foul, not called. Laurie Owen goes up for 2, makes that. Makes it a 3-point ball game now. Trey Pemberton pushing the pace still. AJ going baseline, finds Donaldson on the baseline. Goes inside, foul, called. Will be Donaldson for 2. Kind of like what I was talking about before. Reading have seemed to be by far the superior team. Just a 3-point ball game.
Said pre-game, didn't I? It could just go this way, you know. That Newcastle play loose. They just keep making plays. Like, as you say, not a great deal to play for.
Sydney
and that makes it dangerous.
Second free throw also drops. 5:55 remaining in the second quarter as Newcastle inbound. AJ whistled for a foul, doesn't like the call. Tempting to steal there on the inbound. See that inbound again. Played off AJ's back by Nesrem. The old Scottie Pippen move.
You're dating yourself again there, mate.
Yeah. Look him up, kids. Tosan finds early. Mid-range drops for early. Timeout called. 3-point game. Exchanged free throws and a basket there.
I'm not doing a particular... Ah, there we go. It took me a minute, but I found it. I found live stats, I think. See if I can find a box score.
It's interesting. I feel like Newcastle did adjust slightly. When you see, they almost made it too obvious that time when they went to Danny in the post, and Newcastle read it and then got a transition opportunity off the back of it. It was kind of what we were talking about, where those looks were being very successful, and Newcastle did adjust.
Yeah, I feel like Rockets have been stuck in second gear, really, right? They haven't really got it going. Defensively, they've not really stopped a whole lot. And that's why Newcastle are hanging around. They're doing a good job. It's 36-33, 5:36 to go in the quarter. They're doing a nice job, and they'll stick around in this game unless Reading can get some stops.
Yeah, it feels like defence is where Reading can really turn up this game. Trey on the left baseline. Throws it back looking for AJ, but causes a sprint in the backcourt. Whistle called. Jump ball.
Really interesting decision from Laurie Owen. The ball was thrown away. It would have been a backcourt violation, unless I missed a tip, but it didn't look like it. Looked like it was thrown away.
No, it would have been their ball on the baseline, but they just, now as a jump ball, they use up their possession arrow.
Interesting decision. Hey ho. That's why I'm sat here and not playing, so I can make judgment like that. This is early, no options. Goes to the left, finds Stafford. He's got to go to the pull-up. Way short. AJ pulls down the rebound, and he'll lead the break himself. Finds Adri Nusser on that left wing. He misses. AJ just about pokes it away from early. Hustles one down. I always like it to see when it's one of your main guys hitting the floor first for the hustle play. I like seeing that.
Yeah, it's definitely good for team culture.
Absolutely. Tanner Keen's family in the house. Now we've cleared up the pronunciation fiasco from a few weeks ago. As I've been saying Tanner's name wrong for about a month. But we've got that cleared up. Tanner Keen. Thanks for joining us from Chicago. Hopefully you've got the spring weather as well. Be nice that we're all getting into spring as Stafford goes on the drive, just goes behind his head. If Wan pulls up, doesn't get it to go. Airballs it, and it'll be a Rockets possession.
Trey bringing the ball up for Reading. Hands off to Danny. 3-man game at the top of the key. Sydney Donaldson with a nice spin. Whistle goes. Steals Tosan's block of the season. Would have been.
Never counts. Whistle. Didn't even see it. That's erased from my memory. Like it never happened. Donaldson at the line. Felt a mismatch in Owen. Just turned the corner on him. It's 36-33 here. 4:15 to go in the quarter.
Nice touch from Sydney. That's 4 for 4 in the last couple of minutes.
More full court pressure. No trap, but a slow down. Means Newcastle get into offense in about 16 seconds in the shot clock. Stafford.
Tough shot from Stafford.
Just bulldozes his way inside. Gets it to go off the glass.
Danny turns it over. A couple of times he's done that now. Out of bounds for Owen.
Carter will sit down.
O'Sullivan brought a nice energy the first time he came into the game. I'm sure he'll do that again.
Absolutely.
As he enters now.
Rockets now with AJ Carter, Pemberton, Adrian O'Sullivan, Sidney Donaldson and Adric Nosser on the floor. This is AJ high post. Goes jab step, goes to the left, can't get the finish. And this is Laurie Owen leading the break. Nesram pulls up, it's a long three, way, way off. Cannons off the backboard, there's a foul called here.
That's an interesting shot selection, it has to be said.
Was it the foul on Tosan? Didn't quite see who the foul was on.
No, neither did I. Foul trouble, though, means Trey is at the line.
Yeah, Newcastle are in the penalty. Still only a 3-point game here. 38 plays 35. 3:22 to go. Packed house here at Rivermead. Really, really busy. Looks great. Great to see so many people supporting local sport, supporting local basketball. Really great as Pemberton makes them both. Rockets stay with the pressure. Bit of slow down again. Newcastle get into offense in 15 seconds. Laurie Owen turns the corner on O'Sullivan. Misses. Newcastle bench want a foul, they don't get it. O'Sullivan just scoops it to Adrian Nosser, can't get it to finish with the up and under.
Nice pass from Trey.
Nesram finds Tosan, who goes to his right.
Looked like a first step travel to me.
Kicks to Stafford and makes it. I don't dare comment on travels anymore because I'm
Picks up his pivot foot. I'm sure that's still a travel.
Listen, you're probably way off. Now you're allowed 3 steps and all sorts. The game's changed,
You're
mate.
allowed double step backs and
You
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not even go to the NBA game because we'll be here forever. Newcastle hanging tough. 42 plays 38. 2:20 to go. Stafford looks inside.
Good look. Nesram didn't see it.
Yeah, thought the jumper was going up. Was looking to rebound. Rockets bench welcoming Adrian Nosser back. Good minutes for the youngster. Trey
Nice
Pemberton
backdoor
goes
pass.
backdoor, loses the handle, furious with himself.
Yeah, really should have put that one up.
Turns it over. Stafford beats O'Sullivan on the baseline, flips it up, can't get it to go. AJ Carr corrals the board, finds O'Sullivan. He'll drive middle to the left, finds Donaldson underneath with a pretty look. Nice from Adrian O'Sullivan. Absolute gimme for Sidney Donaldson. Tosan, they go pick and roll. So deep on that pick and roll, though. It's really easy to defend.
Mismatch in the post. Chive does well to challenge that shot.
Yeah, Chive's not going to back down from a challenge, I can tell you that much. He's never backing down. Pemberton, time to set, fires, makes it. And if you give that man that much time, I'll bet
even
my
had
money.
time to check his feet, make sure he wasn't out of bounds.
Oh, is that what he was doing? I thought it was shoelaces or see if his feet look good or... Yeah, loads of time. Loads and... Foul on O'Sullivan. Ball's going to be baseline. Tanner Keane back into the game.
Nice run from Reading, pulls it up to 9.
Yeah, opened up. But again, a couple of good defensive possessions, right? Some mismatches that Newcastle weren't able to convert, and that's how the lead opens up. This is early against Keane. Manages to turn the corner. Tanner does a good job to make sure he fouls him the entire way through the move to make sure he can't get a shot up. Early makes the first. This is Fran Early. Makes the second. Under a minute to go here. Second quarter. Rockets lead by 7. Chive will reverse through Keane. Goes handoff to O'Sullivan. He dials his own number. In and out from Adrian. There's that man again. Arinze Emeka and Yako on the boards. Alan Keane wanted some pressure. Didn't get it. Tanner Keane slow to react. Stafford, stop. One step through, gets it to go.
Really looked for his shot the last few times down the floor. Didn't do that early in the game, but taking it on himself to try and get Newcastle back into the game.
And there's a timeout on the floor. 5-point ball game, and Newcastle still hanging tough. Just 30 seconds to go, 33 seconds to be precise.
What do you think Coach Keane will be saying in this timeout?
I mean, generally, he's got to be disappointed with the lack of defensive stops. I would have thought Newcastle feel a little bit one-dimensional. They don't seem to have too much there to stop, but they've made shots and they've been hanging tough. As I said, it's a 5-point ball game. I'm sure he will want some better execution on the defensive end. A couple of stops perhaps to go into the half, maybe open this up to 9 by the end of the half. But yeah, I think he'll be disappointed, if I'm being honest, Nick.
Yeah, I don't think Newcastle's getting a lot through their system in terms of it's not like they're coming off those pick and rolls, finding shooters after a defense collapses. Nothing like that. They're actually scoring through individual one-on-one play a lot of the time. So that should, in theory, be easier at least for Reading to try and counter.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have thought that I think a lot of the focus for Alan Keane and his guys in the last couple of weeks has been on individual defence. I'm not sure this will play well to his thought process in promoting that. But hey-ho, they still lead this one. They're up 5, 30 seconds to go. And here's Chive. O'Sullivan runs the baseline. There's a stagger. Arinze opens up to seal his man mid-post. Goes jab step, finds Donaldson against Tosan. Takes him to the crossover. Tries to go left. No call on the plate. Newcastle get another stop. They can cut it to 3 or 2. And there's a foul from Chive, and that will make Alan Keane furious, I'm sure. Because I think that puts them in the penalty.
Yeah, 4.8 seconds remaining. It's not what you want to do.
Keane and Chive are about to talk this one over on the sideline. Just as Laurie Owen makes his first free throw. 4.8 seconds to go. Makes a pair, and it's a 3-point ball game. O'Sullivan will have time to pull up. He does. He's off right. And Team Newcastle, with a really gutsy first half performance, managed to get it within 3. The Rockets lead this one 47-44. And I think my earlier thought on how this one plays out is actually my first thought, that the Rockets are a bit flat. Newcastle are playing loose individually. They're making shots, feeling confident, and that's why they're still here.
Yeah, we haven't seen Reading fully execute as well as we know they can. We had nice early offence from AJ Carr. Trey's had a couple of looks, hadn't really found him or got him that open so far. Danny played his part inside. Nice defensive possessions from Chive. Arinze on the boards has done well, but haven't really put it all together yet into a team performance.
No, and just as we see the teams going into the locker room, I'm pretty sure Alan Keane will be preaching defence. I don't think he's probably worried too much about the offensive end. I think by putting up 47, you're probably happy with that output. You're probably not happy with giving up 44 to a team that's already been relegated. That being said, makes for a better second half for you and I, mate, because we've got another 20 minutes of close contested action to go.
Yeah, let's see if Reading can close this one out. Tough, gutsy performance from Newcastle in the circumstances. Yeah, let's see if Reading can pull this performance together and get the win.
Right, just as you and I grab a quick drink at half-time, we've got some half-time entertainment. Got some, I don't know, gymnastics, is it? Dance?
There's some mini basketballs, a trampoline, very far away from the basket, where I'm hoping some of these young ladies might be dunking from there.
If that happens, that would
be outstanding.
I will lose my mind. Anyway, this does sign off. Back in 20 minutes, probably about 15 minutes actually. The 26 or 30 odd watchers, thank you for sticking with us during this time. Come back, 15 minutes, we will be here. Enjoy halftime entertainment. We'll see you in about 10 to 15 minutes. if you're joining us again, what a half-time performance we just had. Dance crew in from the local area. Got a bit of dance. Got a bit of break dancing. And Nick, I don't want to say you were pessimistic, but what happened at the end?
There was a huge power dunk from a trampoline, and if there's one thing I like, it's a huge power dunk from a trampoline.
And that's what I'm saying. It's exactly what I'm saying. We thought no dunks, just flips, and we were wrong. There were dunks. So, yeah, awesome half-time performance. Okay, as the seconds wind down before the start of this second half. Thanks for joining us again. If you stuck around in half-time, you would have seen an awesome half-time performance by BM Active. Found their name. Apparently it's in the programme that you and I both read, mate, in detail before the game.
Just a couple of stats that stood out from the first half. AJ had an outstanding game in the first half. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Trey scored 10, had 4 assists, but the thing that really stood out about Trey is that he only took 4 shots, which I feel like the team need to do a better job of finding him. Yeah,
I know from some of our previous conversations, Alan Keane, the challenge for Trey's been on the defensive end, right, to challenge him to make sure he's working both ends. But agree, needs to get some more looks.
Stafford for 3.
Nice. And he's tied it up.
Tie game.
Yeah, this is interesting. Billy, thanks for joining us again, mate. Always appreciate the support. And you are right. We all love a power dunk from a trampoline. Nice comment, that, mate. Nice comment. And there's your guy, Trey. Gets a shot up, way off. Scrappy from the Rockets, and the Knights come away with it. This is Laurie Owen. Finds Ali Wall down the lane. Carter tries to take the charge.
Yeah, and he tried to throw the ball off Carter on the floor as well. It was a very strange possession, that one.
Chive inside.
Through
forces
the contact.
Great finish from David Chive. This kid's got a lot to give.
That's the sort of thing I think we've seen evolve in David's game over the season as well. I don't think he would have had necessarily the confidence at the start of this year to finish that play.
If Wham Wham puts it in.
Nice look from
AJ
David
on
Chive.
the leak out. Good catch. Sydney on the cut. Finishes with the left hand. And it's another slow transition D from Team Newcastle. Catches him out again. This is Laurie Owen, straight away 3. Way short. Trey flips it to Donaldson. He goes one dribble pull up right off the corner of the backboard. That is not something you see every day. Stafford again, feeling it. Misses this time. Just having the occasional glance over at Alan Keane. His frustration is growing. Carter ducks through the double team. Really nice from the veteran. Saw the double, split it with the footwork. Lefty finish. But as I was saying, Alan Keane getting increasingly frustrated over there. Rockets go to a zone for the first time tonight. They've come out in a 2-3.
Oh, nice.
Nice look inside.
Really nice pass.
Bam Wham goes to the no-looker, finds Ali Wall underneath. Really
it's his
nice.
7th assist of the game. It's something I hadn't really picked up on until I looked at the stat sheet. But yeah, I've done a really nice job of finding his teammates.
His 7th personal?
Yep.
Blimey. Good stat, that. And here's Sydney wide open. Looked good all the way. Back rim. And I've said it a few times, Newcastle hanging tough. Let me know if you're joining us on the live stream from Newcastle. That is a heck of a journey, so I'm not sure all of you will have made it on a Sunday from the travelling support. So if you are joining our stream, drop us a comment. Be good to know that you are dialed in. Be good if you could share it amongst friends up there as well. Carter goes to the spin, goes underneath, can't get it to go, but AJ Carr on the follow. Yeah, write us a message. Let us know that you're here. Share the tweets. Share the link on Facebook. Share it on YouTube. Share it by text, phone.
Fax. Smoke signal.
Anything. Whatever works. Let's get the numbers up. Nevern pulls up. Nothing this time, and it's Pemberton leading the break. Goes to the crossover. Tries to fire one off his left hand to Donaldson. Can't find him, and that one flies out of bounds. Just while I wait, Nick, have you done an NCAA tournament bracket?
It's the first year in a long time I didn't actually do a bracket.
I am not winning the Rockets one.
Who is winning the Rockets one?
Dave Dawes.
Oh,
massive finish inside.
Casual with it as well.
Easy bounce, just takes off, flushes 2 hands and 1.
Played most of the first half from beyond the perimeter. Didn't know he had that bounce.
This game just gets more interesting. Stays close. To answer your question, Dave Dawes, equipment manager, who's behind the basket, doesn't know much about college basketball. He's leading by about 3 games at the moment. So, yeah, go figure. All my Final 4 are still in though, so I'm okay. Anyway, this is Chive. Bit of urgency here. Bit of tempo raised. Carter patient in the post again. Loriot with a slight double. Chive shoots, can't get it to go. Loriot leaks out, goes to the spin. Finds Tosan, gives it up, finds Owen. Fuentes finds Nevern again. This is Ali Wall, pulls up. And he makes it. And Team Newcastle lead it.
Unbelievable.
Credit where it's due. These guys are shooting the ball well, they're confident. If you look at the body language, the Rockets are frustrated.
Yeah, a lot of composure from Newcastle as well. They haven't been rushing their shots in the second half. They're really, particularly on that last possession, really found the best shot they could.
And all credit to Team Newcastle doing a good job. AJ's mum saying, attack. Couldn't agree more. All-out attack required. They need some defense. That would really help. If they could stop somebody, that would be useful. Again, thank you for joining us, fellow VCU alumni. Me and AJ's mum. VCU were a first-round exit at the hands of Taco Fall and UCF. All 7'6" of him.
My Tar Heels still in the competition.
Yes. Didn't you spend some time at North Carolina?
That's why I described them as my Tar Heels.
Yeah. What was that?
What was it?
You an exchange student?
Yeah. Spent a year there. Tyler Hansborough's freshman season. So also had Danny Green on that lineup. It was good year.
Did you get to see a game in the Dean Dome?
I saw many games.
How big is their student section? Big? How many students they let into games?
It's pretty huge. But it's mostly upper tier. The lower tier is alumni and
big donors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then upper tier, plus the bits where the fans go crazy under the baskets. But yes, tens of thousands.
Carter on the drive. Just as we get another shot at the packed house here at Rivermead. Danny on the line. Yeah, I've had a few tours of the University of North Carolina while I was at graduate school at VCU. And it's just unbelievable campus and facilities
really,
incredible.
Beautiful campus.
Yeah.
Historic buildings, green areas to the campus, nice Franklin Street on the end of it with all the bars and areas to get in trouble in.
Yeah, I spent a bit of time there too. We were there for a couple of nights. So anyway, moving on. Fuentes, Rockets back in the zone, 2-3. Chive and Pemberton. It's a noisy 2-3 zone. Good activity. Nice position there from early. Can't get it to go this time, Team Newcastle, and it's Donaldson who will lead the break. Had Chive open to the left, goes to Arinze instead. He fires up. One of the things that is still developing in Arinze's game is that three-point shot. Doesn't look smooth yet. Plenty of time to work on that though in his career. And here's early. Goes shimmy shake. Kicks to Neville. Good defense from Arinze.
Very good defense. Slow on the help inside though, I have to say.
And it counts.
Going to pick on Trey on that one. He really should have been under the basket.
Just getting a shot of Ali Wall directing some traffic.
Tie game, 3 minutes 19 left in the third.
Yeah.
Newcastle back into the lead by 1.
Yeah. I think fatigue plays into this again for Rockets. You know, they're at Loughborough yesterday evening. Close game with a top 3 team. It's sort of unheard of, isn't it? That sort of turnaround in like elite level sport where they've got to play 2 games in basically less than 24 hours is crazy, isn't it? Danny Carter again, and his swan song for the last couple of games is going well. He's having himself a nice ball game. Rockets stay with the zone. Plenty of cuts from Newcastle. Can't seem to get the ball inside. They do get it high. Carter swipes it away from early. He still will pull up. Front rims it, and Donaldson leads the break. Chive on his right. Goes give and go with Donaldson. And one from Sydney Donaldson. Beautiful from Chive and Donaldson. Go the old-fashioned give and go.
The only thing that worries me from a Reading perspective is in that zone defence. Newcastle are finding the high post with regularity. They haven't made it pay off yet, but they're finding a lot of space in the high post, which is really where you can hurt the zone.
Yeah, completely agree. Maybe Coach Keane sees something he likes out of the zone. This is Donaldson to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And Rockets leading again. This time they get the tip into the high post that you were just speaking about. Timeout. Team Newcastle. Coach Ian Hewitt with the timeout. Rockets lead 64-60, 2 minutes 8 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, I think the zone did a job there. It really forced Newcastle to change what they were doing. As I was saying, they're getting space in the high post, so let's see if they can hurt Reading with that. But yeah, it seems to be paying off so far.
Thank you everyone for joining us here today. We're live from the Rivermead Leisure Complex. Got 30 people watching on the YouTube live stream, so thank you for joining us. We've got 2 minutes to go in this third quarter, and then we're into the fourth. Rockets lead by 4. Remember, there's still time. If you have seen the tweet, if you've seen the link on YouTube, send it, share it. The other week we had upwards of 90 watchers. Most people must be out in the parks and gardens and beer gardens, but let's try and spread this as far as we can. Let's get the numbers up. Nick, 2 minutes to go here. What's ideal for the Rockets?
Just over 2 minutes left. If they can get a couple of stops here and convert, if they can push it towards 10, then I think it's going to be a lot more comfortable in the fourth.
Couldn't agree more, and that might be the difference maker. It might just break and finish Team Newcastle. Trey Pemberton gets a steal, and it's a foul on Pemberton. He looks bewildered by the call. Always a pretty subjective one, that, right? Loopy pass. Pemberton's got every right to go for it. Still shaking his head here.
Reading retreating into the zone.
Yep. got him a stop the last couple of times down.
Good intensity from Reading, has to be said. Tough shot.
This is the guy you want in the zone. If you can get Arinze matched up with Nevram, Arinze is a very good on-ball defender.
Yeah, hard to get away from, really good athlete.
Absolutely. He drives middle, finds Carter on the drive. Sid cuts, nothing there. Arinze goes to the Euro step and finishes. Beautiful move from Arinze, Emeka and Yakwo inside.
6-point game, close to what we're talking about. Another stop here for Reading.
Here's the zone again. They've extended it. It's given Team Newcastle some trouble. And this is Arinze on Nevram again, staying this side.
Really noticeable, the commitment to defence here from Reading. It really dialed it up a notch.
And now Nevram not in his rhythm, not shooting the same as he was first half, and they get another stop. This is exactly what Alan Keane would have wanted to string together. Arinze catches inside on the low block, skips it. Loopy one for Sid to deal with. O'Sullivan goes to the drive, flips up with the right, no good. Played well by Aliwo on the drive. Still a 6-point ball game, 50 seconds to go. This is Fuentes. Finds Wall in the short corner. Fuentes with a line drive that does nothing. There's about 15 seconds between game clock and shot clock, so there's 2 possessions in this one.
Reading looking to use the full shot clock.
Pemberton finds O'Sullivan. He has to fire it up. It's way off, and it will just trickle out of bounds, and 1 on the shot clock. Turnover. 16.6 seconds to go.
I think it will be a mixed opinion from Coach Keane. He sees the Rockets really turn up the energy on defence, but then he'll be questioning why they don't do that more regularly.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he'll be. Again, I've seen Rockets play zone. I'm sure he'd prefer a man-to-man. I don't know, but Newcastle will get the last look at this. 5 seconds to go. Tosin if Banwam goes to the pull-up, long, looks really long, does, cannons off the backboard. And that will do the third quarter. Rockets lead by 6, 66 plays 60. Coach Keane would have wanted some stops, he got a few. So he'll be happy with that. Just as we get a look at the Rockets bench, Coach Keane looking for some more from his team. Team Newcastle will be wanting to keep this close. Wonder what Coach Stewart will be drawing up that side. So interesting one, mate. We said it before the game. It's either going to be blowout or this one stays close. It stayed close. Why is it still close? That's my question to you.
I think it's linked to what we were talking about in the first quarter, and even beyond that, is the defence from Reading has been below par, I'd say. The offence has been fine, 66 points going into the fourth, but as you noticed in that third, when they did dial up the defence, it really made a difference. They started to turn that score around. Newcastle went into that quarter in the lead. Reading completely turned it around, up 6 as we go into the fourth. So I think the message from coach will be all about defence going into this final quarter.
What did Reading give up in the first half, points-wise? What was the score of the half?
44, I believe.
So they gave up 44.
44, yeah. So just 16 points in that third quarter.
Which I think is probably around an area that Coach Keane will be happy with.
Yeah.
So he's certainly got a different output defensively this from the third quarter.
Even just going to zone seemed to really fluster Newcastle. It changed what they were doing. It changed their rhythm, who was handling the ball. Let's see if they stay that way.
So here we go, final 10 minutes here at the Rivermead Leisure Complex. Rockets leading by 6. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday evening for this live stream. Again, if you're Newcastle supporter, Newcastle fan, and you've dialed in, you've joined our stream, let us know. Referee calls foul underneath the basket. It was definitely more contact earlier. Didn't want to call it, but Newcastle continued with the contact. And I know I keep asking, but if you do get a chance, please retweet, please share, please like, please comment. Nick and I are checking our messages, so we're here on the live chat. If you want to ask us questions or want something clarified, just want to let us know where you're tuning in from. Always appreciated for the interaction. Carter goes to the spin again. Fakes turnaround. Just front rims this one, and it's a Rinze on the board. Just can't gather it. F Bam Wham on the drive. Finds early. Way off. Rinze with the board. Chive. Pushes the tempo here. Finds an early touch for Carter. Skips to O'Sullivan. He's got a clean look. Can't make it. Carter on the rebound. Just rims out. Can't get it to go. Never thought about the three. Still does. And makes it. Don't want to get this guy going again. And
Would like to see O'Sullivan really close out on him rather than play off for the drive.
Yeah, agreed. And it's O'Sullivan inside, and he misses the layup. Carter misses one. Now O'Sullivan misses one. Team Newcastle with a chance to get it within one or tie. Tosin Benwam on the drive. Stripped, and this is Chive. Goes to the double cross. Finds Donaldson in the corner, and it's Benwam who tips it, and then he's fouled by Donaldson.
Nice defense from the young man.
Yeah, he's got good size for a wing. Really good size, good length.
A little bit sloppy from Reading as we entered the fourth.
Yeah, you sort of feel like if they could have controlled possession and, you know, for longer periods, strung together score, they'd be all right. I don't think that Newcastle have really posed a massive threat unless they leave people wide open. As we saw there, never misses that one. AJ Carr back in the game. Donaldson on the drive. Defended by Tosanev Bamwam. Carr mid-post. AJ just gets inside easy. Don't remember much of AJ in the third quarter.
No, big first half. Didn't see much from him in the third. Let's see if they go to him more. As you see, he can just literally bulldoze his way in against this team.
Yep. Rockets back in the zone. There's that high post again. Ali Wall on the cut.
Nice look from early there.
Yeah, good shout. Kicked by AJ Carr.
Have to say, Ali Wall has a passing resemblance to Kyrie Irving, has to be said.
Coach Keane still yelling instructions from the sideline as we just got a shot of him.
Nice defense from AJ.
AJ in the passing lane, and that will be in. I don't know what. I'm not going to comment. Is that intentional? What is it called? What's that? Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, it's the old-fashioned clear path rule.
I knew what the foul was for. I just couldn't remember what the up-to-date name was.
Yeah.
That's why I rely on Ben Fisher over there on the in-house mic. He's much more clued up. AJ makes the free throw.
Lead back up to 6.
Chris and Kieran joining us from Coventry. Thank you so much for joining us. And the Come On Rockets is always greeted well. Again, really thanks for joining us. Very, very much appreciated. Rockets 70-63. After the free throw. Chive goes extended elbow to Carter. Tipped away by Early. Timeout.
Yeah, it was a miscommunication between the Rockets there on offense. I thought a few of them were looking for the guys to move in different ways. Coach Keane's called a timeout, thinks he wants to sort that out.
Yeah, we saw Coach Keane there, so he's called timeout. Taking his first, actually, of the second half, so he's just keeping an eye on things. 6:57 to go. Rockets now lead by 7. Again, story of the whole game, really. They just haven't been able to break it open, have they, Nick?
Yeah, I think the thing that makes me wary is Nezrem, who's found a couple of open looks from the three-point line, made one, missed one, but if there's one guy we've seen on the Newcastle team we don't want to leave open, it's that guy.
Yeah, again, it's 7 points, it's a few possessions and they can be right back in it. Just we get a couple of shots of the crowd here at Rivermead. Bailey doing his best to hype everyone up on sugar. Always appreciated by the parents on a Sunday evening. Their kids being loaded with Haribo or equivalent sweets.
Other brands are available.
Yes.
Of course.
So true. Right, ball's back in play. Carter. Thought about driving the back door. This is AJ. Goes to the turnaround again. Got a lot of time for AJ Carr, my friend. I got a lot of time for AJ Carr.
Yeah, very versatile offensive game.
Absolutely. Rockets with zone. Owen goes elbow to Early. Tried the back door, kicked by Carr.
I think what I've noticed with AJ over the season as well is how much more comfortable he looks in terms of where his offense is going to come from within the offense the Rockets play.
Yep. I think, yeah, early year we saw a lot of mid-post, couple of dribbles, middle and hook, right?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot else. I think he's got a lot, so it's good to see that he's been given the freedom to play. Wall on the cut out by
hustle from Donaldson.
Yeah, Donaldson, good defensive player. Just stuffed that attempt at the back door. Being pressured here by Tosan, and it's stolen by Nevram, and he'll sail in for the dunk, I'm sure. Goes two hands, easy. And again, I can see Alan Keane signalling for some motion, some movement. Dropped off to Carter, goes inside with the left, can't get it to go. Flipped up, still no good. Nobody can tip it in. Carter tries again for the steal.
Yeah, Newcastle finally finds some rim protection just at the right time.
Rockets still leading by 7. Back in man of the Rockets. Owen underneath, fires Nevram, he's not the guy. Makes it.
That's what we talked about.
Absolutely.
If there's one guy they shouldn't be away from, it's him.
And there we go, it's within 4 again. Ball's at the top with Carter, he goes on the drive. Finds Chive, this could be a timely 3 if he makes it. It's way off, air ball. Nevram with the board. Finds Laurie Owen. Ahead to Nicola Early. Nevram with a bit of a mismatch here. Carter, hands are down. I thought maybe he would go to the pull-up, he doesn't. And they'll get a bit of a switch. Owen, he'll dial his own number. Way off. Out of bounds. Rockets ball. Trey Pemberton back on the floor. Sidney Donaldson sits. Ball's back in play. Team Newcastle not quite with it. Adrian O'Sullivan has it. He's played by Stafford. Reverse through AJ. They'll go cross screen, down screen. Free up AJ mid-block. Trey wide open. Had time. Probably waited too long that time. AJ
yeah, adjusted his shot a little bit.
Yeah,
don't often see that.
Here we go.
In and out.
Twice. In and out twice. Good work by AJ Carr and Arinze Emeka and Yako on the boards. Tosan at Bam Wham goes down the middle and he's fouled by Trey Pemberton. Timeout again. 72 plays 68, 4-point ball game. So, Team Newcastle Knights still hanging tough in this one. It's 72-68 with just over 4 to go. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left in the 4th and final quarter. Rockets still haven't been able to open up the gap. Gutsy performance from Team Newcastle.
Yeah, some big variance there. That man Nesram we talked about just before we went into that period of play. Found an open look. Trey unsuccessful in and out on 2. That's the sort of variance you play with now, with the 3-point shot being such a prevalent weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. Just so we get a few final shots. Rockets bench, Coach Keane doing his work. Ian Hewitt on the other side doing his work. Nice shot of the Rivermead tonight. Plenty of people in the house. Appreciate everybody coming down to the Rivermead Leisure Complex today. If you made it through the doors, that is option number 1. Joining us on live stream is really option number 2. We certainly appreciate everybody joining us. Didn't realise quite how cool we look, mate, in our matching t-shirts.
Part of the team.
Hey, listen, we're in. We're in.
I was sad enough to pick matching shoes today as well, so I've gone one step further.
You did. I do not have that sort of shoe collection.
Next week, power dunk from a trampoline.
Done. You will be the halftime entertainment. Tosan gets it to go. 1 of 2.
3-point ball game.
Rivermead crowd making some noise now. This one's looked good. David Chive dribbling the air out of the ball over here. Didn't have anybody open. Arinze's open in the corner. He'll drive baseline. Little hesitation. Gets his own board. Clock resets. Pemberton thought about the 3.
Good ball movement and good defence, I think, on these on this play.
And this is Ali Wall versus AJ. He goes to the turnaround short this time. Tough shot for AJ.
Really good job from Newcastle there. That was good ball movement for Reading.
Yeah, and this one's getting closer and closer. Stafford played by Chive. This is Wall up top. AJ, bit of a tough switch with Arinze. And Laurie Owen gets a long look at it, and he's tied this ball game up at 72.
Had a few looks, finally got one to drop.
Absolutely, and this is a proper ball game now. AJ Carr goes fake handoff, drives inside, can't get it to go. Team Newcastle pull down another board. Stafford on the spin, really good defence. We were right behind that one. Adrian O'Sullivan just read it. Put his chest in the way and gets the offensive foul. 3 minutes and a second. 72 plays 72. Amanda Stanley tuning in from Dallas, Texas for AJ. We haven't had Dallas, Texas yet. I'm sure it's hot in Texas. It must be. Part of the world I've never been to but always wanted to. Never got out to Texas in my time in the States. Should have done. Trey Pemberton open, front rim again.
Now you've got a Luka Doncic reason to go as well.
Oh, just spectacular, mate. Just spectacular. This is Bam Wham. He drives the lane, and Team Newcastle lead it again, 74-72. Great work from Team Newcastle. Skip to O'Sullivan. Thought about the 3, goes to the drive instead. Drives inside and he's fouled. I actually think it looked like a good call from our angle.
Yeah, there's some complaints from the Newcastle side, but yeah, it looks like a good call.
Up to 39 followers on the live stream. Yeah, definite shout out for Dip Donaldson, Sydney's father. Anitok, California. Anitok, California. Dip Donaldson's actually played in the NBL.
Really?
In our era, mate. Yep, absolutely. So Sid's dad used to play. If I can remember, he's a pretty tall fella. He's 6'8", 6'9", maybe. Played at Coventry, I'm certain. I could be wrong. But yeah, he's played in the NBL, sort of our era. Nice. Like when we were 17 to 19 years old. He was around. Good baller. Really good baller.
Coming up to 2 minutes remaining.
And it's another made 3. Fuentes from the corner.
Quiet this game, but comes up big, Fuentes.
He hasn't come close to scoring. And finally gets one to go as David Chive responds for the Rockets. That kid is tough.
These possessions really matter now. Let's see how Reading's defence can respond.
Yeah, plenty of noise. This is Ali Woll in the corner. Pemberton defends the bandwagon. They go screen and roll. Nice show from Carter. Great D from AJ. AJ first on the floor, flips it up to Chive. Awesome from the Rockets. Chive on the drive. Kicks to AJ Carr down the middle. Finds Pemberton, wide open three. In and out again. And Trey thought it was down. He was running back. He thought it was down. Team Newcastle still lead. Minute and 15 to go.
Wow.
Whoa.
It took me by surprise, that call. It didn't seem like 8 seconds, but it's been whistled.
Pointing at the shot clock is always a little bit subjective.
Yeah.
Because that relies on the person operating the shot clock to have pressed it either late or early or on time. Anyway, so I'm not a referee, mate. Anyway, 75-77. Team Newcastle Knights lead it. Great finish here. And there's a shot clock violation. What is happening with the shot clock? Is it going quick? Is it suddenly sped up?
Yeah, again, that seemed very strange because that can't have been 24.
Right, mate, we've got to dial in here.
Yeah.
You watch the action, I'll watch the shot clock.
David Chive picks up Tosan, full court.
Chance of defence from the Rockets faithful.
Carter shows high. AJ, good defence inside. Nesrem forces it up. Tough basket.
And there's a timeout on the floor after the Nesrem basket.
Yeah, Newcastle go up 4. Reading won't want to let this one get away from them.
All the timeouts called by... No, I'm lying. 2 timeouts called by Coach Keane. And we have got ourselves a close one, 79-75. It's the Team Newcastle Knights that lead this one. 44 seconds. What are you thinking, Nick?
Yeah, it was an interesting change to go away from that zone that seemed to be working. They went back to man-to-man defence, and it seemed to open up Nesrem, who's been their star player.
Yeah, he's got him going a little bit in this fourth. Big shot from Laurie Owen, who made 3 to tie the game up. Still plenty of time, I think. I don't think Alan Keane will do anything drastic yet. We'll want some quick scores, I imagine. Something quick going to the rim.
Yeah,
make the referees call some fouls.
Quickly get to the point of only 2 fouls for Reading, so I'm assuming they're going to try and use those up.
So timeout advances the ball. The Rockets will definitely want to get something. Julie Grant's checked in. Have they put Klingpin on the basket? It feels like it. It absolutely feels like it.
Particularly for Trey. He's had 3 now, in and out. 3.
Absolutely. So AJ goes handoff to Donaldson. He drives the lane quickly. I said they'd get something going to the rim, but it's gone out of bounds and it's a turnover. When it rains, it pours, eh? They just cannot get anything going at the moment. Rockets gone a little cold. They go with full court pressure. O'Sullivan gets a steal. Massive steal from Adrian O'Sullivan. Finds Donaldson. He'll drive. Back rims it. Unbelievable from a foot away. Unbelievable sequence of events. Rockets still with a foul to give. 31 seconds. Team Newcastle lead it by 4. Owen tries to get open. And it's another steal from the Rockets. It's Adrian O'Sullivan. Finds AJ Carr behind 3. Misses. And it's another chance. And they still don't get one to go. Wonder if Alan Keane would have been desperate to get something to go to the rim there.
Yeah,
and AJ Carr fouls out. Sorry, Nick, to cut you off. AJ's fouled out of the game.
Yeah, I was just going to say, for AJ, that was a good look for 3 as well.
It's one of those high risk, high rewards, isn't it? Still a lot of time. I wonder, like I said, if Alan Keane wishes he got something going to the rim still with this much time in it. 2 steals, though, from an inbound is huge. And there's a push, and it's another turnover. This is unbelievable defence. They've got 3 turnovers on the last 3 inbounds plays. Still haven't cut this lead. Team Newcastle lead it by 4. I don't know if he called a push or a 5-second. I know I saw Adrian O'Sullivan tumbling to the floor. Might have been a 5-second call.
I think it was a push.
Oh, did they call it?
Yeah, I think they did.
And here we go. Now, with the time gone from kind of 38 to 22, they might need to get a shot up a little bit quicker. Danny inside, gets it to go. It's exactly what they needed.
2-point ball game.
They'll try and get another steal. This is Nevrim. They've let somebody go. Halewood down the floor. 11 seconds. They need to foul, and they do, and they foul Stafford with 8.8 to go. 79 plays 77. Need a Stafford miss here. Here comes the noise from the Rockets faithful. And he misses the first. It's what they needed.
Yeah, opens up the opportunity for Reading now.
If you haven't shared the link yet, share it immediately for the best 8.8 seconds we're going to get of the whole game. Makes his second. Timeout, Alan Keane. That will advance the ball. He will have to draw something up. Just as we get a shot of the Rockets bench. Coach Keane talking to Josh Thorne, his assistant, and now he's into the huddle with something drawn up. Team Newcastle lead this 80 points to 77. Although it's been close all game, Rockets have been leading. With that being said, it's timeout Rockets. Alan Keane will advance the ball into the front court. 8.8 seconds to go. Nick's got to be a 3-pointer here, right?
Yeah, and you have to think they're going to look for Trey on this one. I know he's had a few go in and out, but he's got incredible range. He's a tough shot maker. Let's see.
Yeah, no AJ Carr because he's fouled out, so I imagine you're going to run something for Trey. Perhaps there's a secondary option for Adrian O'Sullivan behind 3. You'd think. This is where coaches make a paycheck. Let's see what it's like at a timeout here. It's Pemberton, O'Sullivan, Donaldson, Carter and Adrian Nusser on the floor for the Rockets. And they need a 3. Let's see if we can blow the roof off of this place.
Donaldson looks to inbounds, finds Danny.
It's going to be Danny turnaround for the tie, misses, and that will just about do it. Alan Keane over there, head in hands.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's what was drawn up.
Something for Adrian O'Sullivan was there. You can see him now on the bench, kind of dejected. He looked at Adrian and said he had it. Adrian obviously misread what happened or what was drawn up. And one free throw here and we're done. Misses the first. I mean, we're still in a very difficult predicament. Even if he misses, which he does, going to need to advance it quick. Sydney for the tie, 3/4 court, way short. And that, ladies and gents, is the ball game. Team Newcastle Knights pull this one out of the bag, 80 to 77. Nick, what just happened?
It was a strange fourth quarter towards the end. We saw a lot of failed plays on both sides, whether it was Trey shooting, whether it was Newcastle failing to inbound 3 times in a row. It was like neither side wanted to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, that sort of feels like defeats from the clutch of victory, right?
Yeah,
Rockets sort of had it.
Yeah, for Rockets, it's going to be having lost the game yesterday to Loughborough as well. It's doubly tough to take.
Yeah, very difficult because I guess at this point it's seeding for the playoffs, and you know you prefer a 5-4 than a 6-3.
I think it's also about momentum though as well. As you reach this point of the season, you want to be playing your best basketball, and that's not what we've seen from Reading tonight.
No, it certainly feels like a bit of a step backwards. I imagine when we catch up with Coach Keane afterwards, he'll agree that I certainly won't be happy. You know, he's giving up 80, which is probably okay. He might be okay with that. I'm sure he'll have plenty to say on the defensive end. I think actually, from a team like Newcastle that sort of struggled to put together what you would consider as, I don't know, good offense, pretty offense. There was none of that. They made some shots, individually were good, but Rockets just could not put them away. They hung tough. All credit to them, to be fair.
Yeah, showed a lot of guts in this game. Full credit to Newcastle for pulling this one out.
Absolutely. So just as we wind things down here, we see a few shots of guys on the bench starting to get a stretch, and they're a little bit dejected, which you can understand. Just as we see the home fans as well leaving for the night. Shame that Team Newcastle have been relegated. Good young bunch by the looks of things.
Yeah, some real talent in that group. Obviously just over the course of the season weren't able to put it all together, but yeah, great performance tonight from them.
You said they got a win yesterday, or did I make that up?
You've made that up.
Okay, ignore me. I was thinking of someone else. So yeah, as we close off for the evening, just want to say everybody who joined us, I think we were kind of up of kind of 36-ish followers. Dorothy, thanks for joining us on the live stream. I'll just go through some of the comments. Very much appreciate it. I know you're kind of dialing in from Chicago. Yeah, massively tough outcome. Think they'll be really ruining this one towards the end of the year. Towards a playoff seeding time, because that feels like one that they should have put away, but could never ever just put the dagger in it.
Just worth flagging. Just been handed the stat sheet. 29 points from Nesrem tonight.
Yeah. What were the secondary contributors then for Team Newcastle? What's behind him?
11 for Stafford, 10 for Tosan. Then we got a load of 7s, a 6.
There's not a lot from the supporting cast, but to be fair, they've done a really good job. I sort of sound like I'm being negative towards Team Newcastle, and I'm really not. They've done a nice job tonight. They've worked hard, and they've got their deserve a win on the road. So for you and I, mate, I think it's potentially our last one together. I think you're on your own next week. I think you managed to schedule Mother's Day lunch at a good time to get to tip off.
Yeah, arrange basketball first, then Mother's Day. That's the key there.
My difficulty is I have to celebrate my own mother and the mother of my children, so I'm kind of double booked, which is brilliant because I love them both, but not ideal for basketball tip-off. Anyway, it just leaves us to sign off. Really, really appreciate everybody joining us. Thanks for coming along to the game. Thanks for coming along to the live stream. Be sure to be here next week, 31st of March. Nick's back, 5 o'clock tip. I'm sure there'll be somebody filling in for me. So get back for us. Remember, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. Loads of content coming your way in the next kind of game and a bit and into next season. Thank you, everybody. We will see you all soon. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, guys. Thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight. And I'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Make sure you're here for Nick, 31st of March. Speak soon.
Bye-bye.